Hello, accountability buddies. I'm Les. It's another episode of Less is More Healthy, coming to you for a little random, as I like to call it, a rando ramble around my city. I have no set route in plan for this ride. I don't even have a mileage amount that I want to hit. I just kind of want to ride around, see a couple of things that maybe I haven't seen before, hit a couple of hills that I haven't ridden in a while, and see how that goes. The bike, just as a quick update on the bike, is working really well. The brakes they're not really where I want them. I might actually go ahead. I know I said I wasn't going to do any more upgrades on this bike, but when this bike is working well, damn, it just feels good. So like right now, this bike just feels fabulous, and like there's no drag on the rear end. The front end's not being twitchy. It's just going, and it makes me super happy when it does that. So yeah, I'm thinking about like ordering those mechanical uh, oil brakes, the hydraulics, the cable actuated hydraulic brakes, the zoom brakes. I'm looking at a set of those. I'm thinking about getting them for this bike, um, only because I think if even if I upgrade my bike, which I am planning on doing, I'm planning on giving this bike to my nephew, and I think I don't want to give it to him with these brakes on there that are just going to frustrate and upset him. I think when you give someone a bike or you're trying to get someone into cycling, that giving them a bike that has problems is not the best bet, right? So anyway, yeah, I'm thinking about upgrading the brakes only because I'm planning on giving this bike to my nephew. So yeah, and even if he doesn't want the bike, then I would use this as like my bike for getting groceries and things like that, and I would want good brakes on it. Yeah, so anyway, health update. I had my annual physical on Friday, and from that I got really good news. All of my health markers remain to be good, like the way I had talked about them the last specialist appointment I had. My blood sugars remain really good, my blood pressure is excellent, my cholesterol is way down, and I don't have to go back to that particular doctor for another year. I only have to go into that office for my regular physicals unless I have any other health problems, my weird allergy stuff that I get. Um, and then after that, I went and had my COVID vaccine. And I get a COVID vaccine whenever they're available, whenever the next boosters come out, because I work with kids. And if you work with kids, you should get whatever vaccines you need, in my opinion. So I always get vaccines because I do have type 2 diabetes. I do have blood pressure problems, although everything is well managed right now. I'm cognizant of the fact that if I get COVID, it could have some really serious long-term problems for me. So I don't mess around with that. I get those vaccines anyway. So I got the vaccine, and then Friday my arm was really sore, and Saturday I decided that I was just going to listen to my body and take it easy. And so I did. Saturday was just, doing chores around the house kind of thing. Took it super easy, didn't go for a ride. I did go for a short ride. I rode my bike to my doctor's office on Friday, and then had to stop at CVS on my way home to get the vaccine. So just kind of doing that sort of thing on the bike just reminds me how much better it is to run errands by bike if I can do it. The big problem I have with running errands by bike is that a lot of places in my community don't have a place to lock up my bike. So I have to resort to like locking my bike to a tree or to a fence, and that's not optimum. So I do tend to avoid running errands by bike just because there's no place to lock my bike, which is super frustrating. Um, but I'm looking to like where else can I lock my bike? Like trees in the parking lot, trees near the buildings, fences here and there, all of those things. And it's just not. I really wish the businesses in my community would get bike racks so that more people could ride their bike to the store. So, like one of the grocery stores, it's not my preferred location, does have a bike rack, and it's a pretty standard bike rack. Um, so a lot of people do use that, and a lot of people frequent that location because there's a place for them to lock their bike. um, where I'm at right now, I'm in a little strip mall thing with a grocery store. There's no place here to lock a bike safely. There are a couple of fences, there are some trees, but no safe spot to lock a bike. And if they just put, somewhere near the front of the buildings, a couple of bike racks, I think a lot more people would ride their bike out here. I see a lot of kids coming out here with their bikes, and they just dump them on the sidewalk. Um, but anyway, that's kind of where I'm at. I think I already talked about the bike being dialed in and feeling really great. Um, I feel really good right now. Like my mood has improved. That was a thing that I had a conversation with my doctor about. And I have a phone number to make a call to go and see someone about starting HRT. So it will help with that mood swing. So this is one of the things that I've noticed through making these vlogs is that it helps me track trends in not just my physical health, but also my mental health. And I don't always make a vlog about my low motivation and my moodiness. Um, I do try and keep this channel as honest as I can, but it's, I think, a drag to hear like every 10th episode, oh, I feel like shit, oh, my mood is low. So I don't make as many videos about that as it does occur. um, but I am quite cognizant of my mood because of these vlogs, and the mood stuff is absolutely tied to hormonal fluctuations and um, my monthly hormone changes with my period, which can be tied to perimenopause. So I do have an appointment with a gynecologist to have that sort of conversation, and to kind of explore what sort of um, things might help that. So tomorrow I'll be making that phone call to make that appointment, and we will see how that goes. I'm hopeful that it will help because it has helped in the past. Starting in my really late 20s and through until my late 30s, so about a little over 10 years, I was on birth control to help with difficult periods, heavy flow, painful periods, mood swings, and it really did stabilize all of that and really made me feel a lot better in terms of like mood and my health and wellness and everything. So yeah, so we're talking about we're going to start talking about hormone replacement therapy, um, and I'm hopeful. I'm really truly hopeful about how that's gonna help me. Um, as another thing, like I always talk on this channel about how weight loss is not my primary goal here. It's sort of a secondary thing. I'm in this I've been doing this journey for the last 3 years to stabilize my blood sugars, to make me feel more fit and more healthy. And I'm accomplishing that. Like I feel much fitter and healthier. I feel a lot stronger compared to how I felt even just a year ago. Like looking at the various like personal records that I've been hitting on Strava, um, I've just been so much fitter, so much healthier. I feel so strong right now. And that is shown by like speed and ability to climb hills, recovery time, that my resting heart rate is significantly lower than it used to be. So all of these things are just showing how much more fit I am than I was a year ago, and 2 years ago, and 3 years ago. Um, and when I stepped on the scale at the doctor's office, um, I realized I'm down over 40 pounds. I'm under 180 pounds, and that's the first time I've hit below 180 pounds since my mid 30s. So, it's not that's not like the marker that I use for my health and fitness. Like I'm looking at those personal records in terms of Strava and all of that for my health and fitness goals, um, and what I'm striving towards. And the interesting thing is that, um, you know, it, my clothes don't fit in the same way they used to. Like the clothes that I've just recently bought are loose in the waist and tight on my thighs and calves because I've been building muscle in my thighs and calves. Um, Clothes that fit 10 years ago, I've been able to pull out of the closet and they fit well. Shirts that I bought 2 years ago don't fit anymore. My sports bra doesn't fit the way it used to. And the fact that I need to buy a new pair of sports bras is like, I don't know, that feels like an indication that things are going better. Um, and I'm okay with that. There certainly some of the physical changes are something that I'll talk about in another episode. They're difficult, they're not easy, but some of the physical changes are kind of nice. Um, like my jeans aren't so tight around my belly. um, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to leave this episode here. I'll get this up for Tuesday probably. Doing a quicker turnaround. I got a couple of episodes that I've recorded last weekend that are taking a little bit more editing because there's one of them is a bike check, and the other is a whole other update. But anyway, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the support and the assistance and accountability. I don't think I could actually do this without making these vlogs. I think this is like super important and helpful for me. So thank you for being here and supporting me through this. And I'll see you next time. Thanks and bye.